sip of my tea. Right, I'm coming at you today with some foodie inspiration. I'm going to make some curried crab and sweet corn soup, which is delicious, and that is going to be served alongside some, now I still need a name for this, but it's like toasted bagels with some lovely crab on top. Yeah, I need a name for it. So I'm probably not inspiring you much right now, so I'll go ahead and start cooking the soup. So just get myself down a pan. I'm going to put it on a low heat. I'm going to start off by melting some butter. So that's going to go on in. If you're frying with butter, you always want to go in with a little bit of oil as well, because that will stop the butter from burning when it gets too hot. Get myself a little spatula, a nice Christmas themed one, and I'm just going to wait for that butter to melt a little bit. And then I'm going to go in with some finely diced onions. I will list my recipe on my website, which I will link below, and I have said in my recipe that it needs shallots, but mine turned out to be a bit manky, so I have just diced up an onion instead, and that's going to go on into the lovely butter mix. And what I always do is sprinkle them with a little bit of salt, because that helps release the moisture in the onions and they will cook down beautifully. So give those a little stir. So the salt's gone in, the onions are just gently frying away. This would take about 5 or so minutes, and you just want them to get translucent and soft. Rafi can smell cooking and he wants to say hello, don't you? It's not edible just yet. I'm sure you can lick a spoon at the end. Oh my boy. Can I carry on cooking? Yeah. Right, let's turn the heat down on those a little. They have cooked away beautifully. So now what I want to do is go in with some curry powder. If you like spicy food, that's fine, but I really wouldn't recommend going in with something too spicy, because it will just kill the taste of the crab, which is quite a delicate taste. So I'm just going in with a little bit of madras, a bit more for luck. And you want to leave that for about a minute or so, just so those flavours can sort of get to know each other. And then you want to go in with your brown crab. Now this was sent to me from the lovely guys at Seafood and Eat It. We have worked together before, because I really enjoy their crab, and you can get it at most supermarkets, so that is fantastic. I'm not going to be able to open this now, am I? Ah! So I've got my lovely crab open, and that's just going to go in here. So I'm just going to mix in that beautiful brown crab into your lovely buttery onion curry mix. It is smelling delicious already, so no wonder the dogs come over. And that is taking the temperature down a little bit, which is fantastic, because it was getting a little hot in there. And then you can go in with some chicken stock, which I've put in a lovely festive pot. This is warmed chicken stock, and I'm just going to add that in now. Perfect. And give that a little stir to make all the flavours come together. I'm using frozen sweet corn, but you can use tinned sweet corn, but just bear in mind, if you're using frozen, it's going to bring the temperature down and take a little bit longer to cook. And I have put all of that in my recipe, which will be linked below. That's going in, and give that another mix. And then you just want to leave that for a minute or two for the sweet corn to cook through and all those flavours to come through together nicely. Now you want to go in with your creme fraiche, or you can use sour cream, or you can even use double cream, just whatever you've got in the fridge. Bear in mind this is quite thick, and if you're going to use something like double cream, the consistency won't be quite as thick. It's not the end of the world, it just won't be as thick. Now my creme fraiche has been sat at room temperature for a little while, because it's going into hot soup, and if you were to put something really cold into hot soup, it would split and curdle, and that is something that you don't want. So the soup is now boiling, so I'm just going to turn it down low and give it a little taste, just to see if it needs any extra seasoning. It'll probably be quite salty anyway from the crab meat and from the stock, but it might need a bit of pepper, so let me just try. That's so good. It's so light and almost refreshing, and that's before I've even put any lemon in it, so it'd be such a good starter for Christmas Day. Oh, so good. It does need a smidge of pepper though. That will depend entirely on your curry powder that you use. But as a family, or mainly me, we love black pepper, so I'm going in. You can even use white pepper for this, that would be really good. So good. Okay. So, now I'm going to go in with my stick blender, because wish me luck. now chilling behind me. If you wanted to make this in advance, this would be the perfect time to pop it in the fridge, but for now it will sit fine. We can warm it up when we need it. So now to make the little bagel appetizers to go on the side, I have chopped up a bagel just into little rounds, about 1 centimetre thick. They're not all perfect, but that'll be just fine. We're going to brush them both sides with some oil. Now a while ago I grated a clove of garlic into that to make it a really nice garlic oil. So I'm going to brush them one at a time and pop them onto this tray. They need to be oiled both sides so they get nice and crispy when they're in the oven. Okay, once those have been oiled on both sides, you can pop them into the oven for about 10 minutes at 200 degrees fan. If you're running out of oven space because you're having a busy Christmas morning, you can also do these in the air fryer at 200 for about 7 to 8 minutes, but check on them and give them a little shake halfway through. Okay, so I've got a bowl here of cream cheese, which I've just whipped slightly to get some air into it. And then I'm gonna go in with a pot of 50/50 crab, which was also sent to me by Seafood and Eat It, and you can pick it up in most supermarkets. So it's half white meat and half brown crab meat, which is perfect for something like this. So I'm just going to go straight in with a knife and open it. I am not going to try and peel it again. So I'm just going to spoon the whole tub into there. Of course the recipe will be on my website, which I will link below. And then I'm going to give that a good mixing. Can you see that there? So give that a good mix. So that's all mixed in there now, I hope you can see. And then I'm going to go in with some chives. Now I'm going to leave some behind to decorate. I'm going to go in with probably 2 to 3 tablespoons worth. And give that a good mix in as well, as you can see. And then just a little pinch of salt. Black pepper to your tasting. You could also go in with white pepper again if you prefer. And then in with a little bit of lemon juice. You can pop the zest in as well if you want, or save that to decorate them at the end. But I'd say the juice of about half a lemon is probably enough. Give that a good careful mix in, and then give it a little taste. More pepper. And then you can just leave that in the fridge while your little bagel bites cook. Okay, so the bagel bites have cooked. They are nice and crispy, and I'm just going to leave those to cool a little bit before we put the topping on. Because the topping is cold and they're hot, we wouldn't want it to sort of run off or split or anything like that. So we'll just leave those for 5 minutes. They'll cool real nicely, and then we can put our toppings on. Right, so the bagel bites have completely cooled, and now they're ready to top with your lovely crabby cream cheese mixture. So I'm going to go in with a little teaspoon, pop a little bloop on top, and sprinkle with a few chives. And that is the most perfect little appetizer for Christmas Day. You can serve these when your guests arrive, or have them with the soup when everybody sits down. They stay crispy for about 2 hours. However, you can always get these bagel bites ready days beforehand and pop them in a little Tupperware. I'm just going to eat this because I can't resist. Hang on. 10 out of 10. So, yeah. They stay crispy for up to 2 hours, or you can prepare these in advance and just top them with a little mixture before you want to serve. That will keep in the fridge for about 2 days, and these will stay crispy in a Tupperware for about 2 days. So you could prepare them nice and early. I'm going to serve them all up now. Top them all, leave them on the table, and then I'm going to reheat my soup. And my husband and I are actually going to have this for our lunch today. Raph's on the floor begging, he's seen me eating. I offered him a bit earlier though, and he turned his nose up at it. You ungrateful little boy. Right, so I'm going to get these topped up, and then I'll reheat my soup. So the soup has now gone into its bowl, so just pop that there. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of lemon juice. Beautiful. And then I'm going to top with some beautiful white crab, which of course Seafood and Eat It sent to me. And I'm going to serve this with a generous spoon of white crab on top. And if you have any double cream, you could always go in with a little chefy drizzle to make it look really artistic. So that's just gone in the middle there. Oh, I don't want to tip the bowl so you can see it, so I'm going to go put it all cute on the table for my husband and I, and I'll do you some close-ups.